Turn your car into a traveling entertainment center today on Call for Help.
I hope these people can help me with my computer. Oh. A technician will be with you in 4 hours.
4 hours?
You can upgrade for just $5,000.
What?
The Universal Serial Config Board should be set to ID6.
I need that in plain English. Help!
Leo Laporte at Call for Help. May I help you?
Well, hello, how are you? Good to see you. We're so glad you're here today. You're going to be glad, too. We've got a great show for you. I'm Leo Laporte, and this is Call for Help, the show that helps you get the most out of technology. Shows you what you can do with it, how you can change your life and change the world around you. And my helpers are here to help you do that. Of course, Amber MacArthur. Who's been great this week. You've been doing a great job.
Yeah,
Thank
you guys have been great.
And the lovely and talented Andy Walker, who's been hammering on things and smushing tomatoes and flaming marshmallows. We're having a good time. So what are you going to be doing on the show today?
Windows Portable Media Center. It's a brand new operating system, mobile operating system from Microsoft.
This might be the hot gift this holiday season.
I think absolutely it's going to be the hottest gift this Christmas season,
Yeah, very exciting. So we're going to take a look at that. Let's you watch, it's a video Walkman. Let's you watch movies on the
show.
Really cool.
Yeah. Way to put it.
Yeah. Would you like one of those?
Yeah.
What would you do with it? Would you run watching TV? No.
Get hit by a car.
Better not.
No, I don't think I would do that. But I don't know, just for traveling it would be really good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really a very hot product.
Yeah,
very
it'd be really cool.
Well, Mikey, is, for my plane flight, has given me Canadian bacon, and I'm going to watch it on the laptop on the flight.
You might not come back after that.
Really? Is it? Yeah, thank you, Mikey. A little propaganda. What are you going to be working on today?
Actually, today I'm going to give some tips in the web workshop for how to start an email newsletter.
Oh, email newsletter.
Yeah.
That's hot.
That's good. You have one, don't you?
I do, but I just don't send it out that often. I call it weekly on Cyberwalker, but I don't send it out weekly.
I haven't sent anything to my mailing list in about 3-4 months. The last thing I sent out was that I'm going to be doing this show, I think, was the last thing. So, I use it for more like alerts. But it's a great way to stay in touch with your fans.
It's a great way to push out content. That's what we're going to talk about. If you don't have people coming, to actually get them to sign up and push it out.
And if you're a business, very important.
Great for business. We'll talk about that a little bit as well.
People make a fortune, don't they, with their email newsletters in some cases?
Chris Burlow's doing very well. He does the Locker Gnome newsletters, and he used to host Call for Help, and he has done very well with that. It's been
people
a good business.
Them. Now there's so many, though, you have to be really careful. So we'll talk about a way to actually make them more simple.
Right.
So people notice them in their inboxes.
That's a good idea. Yeah. His is free. He makes money on the ads.
Yeah.
Do you recommend free or paid, or does it matter?
I think free is better.
Yeah. I don't know if you can get people to pay for
I don't know.
It would be highly specialized, I think.
Something that's really of value to them.
You desperately need to.
Yeah.
I always was going to do one that was paper. Go back in time. Send you a paper newsletter.
Retro.
It's very expensive. I looked into it. In fact, I had a guy who was all set to do it. We sat down. We had a long meeting. He had all these flow charts and spreadsheets. He said, "Yep, about year 4, you should be making money." I said, year 4? He said, "Yeah, it's going to cost you $250,000 a year till then." I said, "No, thank you."
Yeah, it's expensive.
It really tells you that email is a good way to go.
The way to go.
It's
definitely.
a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Good. I look forward to that.
Yeah, it should be good.
So let's get our first caller on the air here.
All
I hear
right.
the phone ringing.
We have Rick from Campbell River, British Columbia on the line.
Oh, well, let's take a walk over and say hi to Rick. Actually, on the way over, let's say hi to the lovely and talented Basil. Hola, senor. Mucho gusto. He's the greatest. Hey, Rick, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Good, Leo.
What can I do for you today?
Well, I've been looking at DVD recorders.
Yes.
All kinds of different specifications they're talking about and price ranges, and there's R and RW and plus and minus.
It's bewildering, isn't it?
And then there's also cards, like tuner cards that you can get for the computer, which are also recorders as well. So
that's right. Those
some
recorded
of them have hard drives in them, and some of them, there's a lot more money for a hard drive than a hard drive is worth, really.
Yeah, they record, the cards record to the hard drive, not to a DVD, yeah.
But in DVDs, you can get the DVD recorder with the hard drive in them.
That's true, too.
As well, and the price of those is a lot higher than you would think from just having a hard drive in them.
Let me ask you, what is it you are looking to do? That's probably the place to start on this.
Just record just like a VCR, record TV shows and watch them. And
I got it. Well, you can buy VCRs now that are they don't record to tape, that record to DVD.
Right, but are there rewritable DVD discs or?
Yes, there are.
Okay.
You know, so in fact, that's what they recommend you use with these. So that way, like a tape, you can reuse it. And then, if it's something that you want to keep, you could take that DVD RW out. You finalize it, take it out, and then that can play like a regular DVD in your DVD player. So you know, if you have every copy of I Love Lucy on a DVD, you can watch them. So that's you know, believe it or not, that's I think a pretty good device. It's not taking the world by storm. I'm not sure why. Maybe because people who are that sophisticated are buying TiVos or that kind of thing, PVRs they call them. In Canada, you can't get a TiVo, but you can get something similar from your cable company or your satellite company. So you want to record shows. You don't want to use a VCR. You don't want to record on tape anymore.
Right.
You probably don't want to use your computer to record TV. That seems like kind of overkill, if you ask me.
Well, you'd have to move it over next to the TV and all kinds of other things.
Very good point.
Create problems.
So I frankly would not hesitate to look at the VCRs that have DVDs in them instead of tape. I've played with them and I've been very happy. Have you played with those at all, Andy?
I talked to Panasonic recently because I wanted to find out who was getting into that sort of recordable television business,
right.
You know, and that's Panasonic's strategy is they are going exclusively with burnable DVDs. So,
right.
So go to Panasonic.com because I think that this fall, actually this summer they launched them. And this fall they'll be out in full force.
I think it's a very good way to do it. Now they're not as cheap as a VCR, but they're very good. I mean, you got a TV guide on screen. I'm looking at one right now, a TV guide on screen program guide. So it's in a way it's kind of similar to the. Let me make this a little bigger so we can read it. Similar to the TiVo in the recordability. Uses DVD RAM, which is a re-recordable. It's not an RW, but it's like a re-recordable. And then it'll use standard DVD-R discs. So, you know, DVD RAM discs are more expensive than DVD RW discs, but not horribly so.
Well, is RW rewrite or is it?
It's rewrite, and they don't use rewrite. These particular ones don't use rewrite. They use DVD RAM.
And what's the what?
Well, it's just a different.
Still rewritable?
Yeah, they're rewritable. They're just it was an early rewritable format.
Okay.
And I'm not sure why they use RAM, except maybe that it's faster than DVD RW. I'm not sure.
Could be, yeah.
But the RAM is a little bit more expensive, you know. But it says here how you can do it all, and you know they do double-sided, and you know I think this is pretty cool. What's nice about it is you can. This is kind of interesting. You can what they do call chase playback. So you can actually start recording and arrive home and then start watching the playback, which is, I think, very cool.
Before it's finished burning the DVD.
Before it's finished burning the DVD.
That's clever.
So I think these do have a hard drive built in, and that's how it does that, by the way. And I think that all of this is, you know, pretty compelling. But of course, because they have a hard drive in them, they're going to be a little bit more expensive.
Can you fast forward through the commercials on them too, or?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Once you're looking at a recording instead of the live, obviously, you can do that.
Well, how does it know on a discs what part you don't want to save anymore, or what part it can rewrite?
You want to edit it, you mean?
No, if you got a whole bunch of TV shows on a DVD.
Oh, I see.
You don't need some of them, but
you can tell it.
You know, record over those. How does it know that those ones are no good anymore?
You erase them in effect.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why they use a rewritable on there. Okay. This is interesting. I didn't realize this, but you can actually do editing as well on these. So you can actually pull the commercials out. That's pretty. You know, let's get one of these in here, Andy, and start to play with it because I think that's very interesting. Yeah, Panasonic is a company that's doing it. And I have to say I'm impressed by what I'm reading here, but you know, I think maybe we've got to get one in here and test it to really make sure that it does everything it says it can do.
Sure.
They've really added to the capabilities of this. You know, Andy's used them, I've used them, I would recommend them, but if you want to wait until we do a more elaborate review, that's not a bad idea, too.
When's that going to be?
Well, let's see. Probably give us a month.
Give us a month.
All right?
Sure.
We'll make a concerted effort to get one in here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll have some time to test it, and then we'll do it next month. How about that?
Sounds good.
Hey, thanks, Rick. We'll do it in time for Christmas. Let's put it down.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Hey, take care. I appreciate it. Thank you for calling in. You've given us a great idea for something we can do.
You can call me every week. I got lots of questions.
We will. Deal.
Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Coming up, Microsoft lets you take your media, your video, your audio, your pictures to the street. We're going to get mobile in just a few minutes. Stick right around. back to Call for Help. It's kind of something people have been dreaming about for a long time. It started with the Walkman, the ability to walk around with your music on. But now everybody wants a video Walkman, the ability to walk around watching your favorite TV show or movies or whatever. Well, thanks to a new category of gadgets from Microsoft, it's possible. They call it their portable media centers, and Andy Walker has it. Now, this is the Creative Labs version of the portable
it's called the Creative Zen. Yeah, one of the first ones out.
Others are going to make them, though, right? Microsoft does the specification. You know, it's interesting. It looks just like the Microsoft Media Home Center.
Yeah, and that's by no mistake.
Yeah.
It's actually, you can use a Windows Media Center XP version to actually record your TV shows and then dump them onto this.
You dock it to that and it'll copy it over.
Yeah.
And then you can watch your favorite TV show. Look at, there's Monica. It's call for. Now, the screen's pretty good on this, I think.
It's a beautiful screen, and you can see it from a couple of different angles. My dad, who has vision problems, he has macular degeneration, loves it because he can bring it right up to his face and actually watch the show.
Wow.
So,
and you could put movies on this too?
You can put your own videos. You can put pictures, JPEGs. You can put audio, MP3s.
I think the quality looks very, very good.
It is very good. I'm really, really impressed with this, and the battery life, goes on and on and on and on.
Really?
So, yeah. I mean, I think I only charged it once, and it's been running for 2 or 3 days now. So.
Well, the neat thing is, if you have the home, you don't have to have the Home Media Center edition, or do you?
No, you don't. You can synchronize stuff with Windows Media Player 10, which just came out recently.
Oh, so that's why they updated Media Player 10. One of the reasons.
One of the features. So there's actually a new sync tab. And so what you do is you plug this issue, let's plug it in, and we'll see if we can make it.
Okay, let's see if we can sync it.
Sync it
so it's a USB connector. Where's that going to go? Right there.
In there.
Okay. It's a pretty full-size connector. That's kind of nice. Oh, I heard it go dung-dung.
There you go.
There, it sees it.
And it sees it automatically.
Wow. No, don't look at this. Look at Andy's screen.
Yeah.
Don't look at that. There you go. That's what we want to see.
So here's the sync button. Here's the sync tab here.
And over on the right is the contents of the media center. That showed up.
So, I mean, I can sort of select all the different content that I have on my machine, but in this case, I would choose all music. Go down to the bottom here, and, you can select it all or not. I'm just going to choose one song here. It's an MP3 I got.
So this is what's on your hard drive?
It's on my hard drive. Yeah, I downloaded this from RigJameson.com, which is a friend of mine who's a crooner here in Toronto. And basically, then you're just going to go start sync.
Can you show the full screen, guys? Because you're missing everything. There it is. The thing on the right is the panel on the right is the media center.
This is the media center on this side.
That's the content.
And this is my computer.
Can you expand out what's in TV and video on the media center so you get to see? Oh yeah, you get to see everything that's in there.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! There's all the shows.
Little pictures.
Can you just drag pictures over, or do you have to use this synchronization?
No, you can. In fact, Windows will automatically recognize it. You when you plug something in, it says, what do you want to do with this? It'll actually say, do you want to synchronize, do you want to move stuff over, whatever.
Oh, that's really neat.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to use Windows Media Player 10.
Now, if you are using Windows XP Home Media Center Edition, you can also put movies on here. They have a deal with Cinema Now and some other movie companies so that you can actually get full-length movies and rent them on this thing.
I mean, no more running down your laptop battery on the airplane.
Yeah.
Just get one of these babies. This is one of these. I'm actually going to go out and buy one of these babies. I love it.
You love it that much?
So much.
One of the things that people are talking about with this is that the synchronization is smart. So if you, for instance, let's not play anything that we can't play. Can I play? This probably came with the player. If you say, I want to see the latest edition of Call for Help, and as soon as I viewed it, take it off and put the next one on. It's smart enough to do that, and that's pretty cool. I mean, it actually can pay attention to what you're watching. I have to say, this looks pretty darn good. How much is it going to be?
Oh, this one, I think it's about 600 Canadian, 400 American, 450, something like that. The other great thing about this is it's a VCR in your pocket, so you can. It comes with a couple of connectors, so you can plug it into any television.
Oh, you can record anything.
Well, not record anything, but play back.
Play back too. Oh, right? I get it.
So you go over to Grandma's house and you want to show her that
you got the movies on here.
Yeah, I got the movies on.
Wow, this is amazing. How big is the hard drive?
I don't know. I
think it's 20 gigs.
Is it 20?
So if 20 gigs, if we got 20 gigs on here, that's probably 20 hours of television, maybe a little bit, maybe 40 hours of television.
See, 80
hours. They claimed 80 hours. They're compressing it quite a bit.
See, Mikey knows because he stole it from me for the first week that I had it.
That's why Freaky Friday's on here, I think. He's a big fan of Lindsay Lohan. Isn't he? Isn't that not true? Am I wrong?
No. That's not true, Leon.
It's not true? And Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
Is Avril Lavigne in this?
No, not yet.
Well, this is very cool. This, I think, might be the product, except for its price.
Well, you know,
product for the holidays.
I think it's not bad. I mean, think about the Walkman when it first came out. You know, the very first version of the Sony Walkman, that was running about $500-600, wasn't it?
That's true. I bought it. I remember buying the first Walkman. What a terrible idea that was. You jiggle it and the thing would go. But these are a little bit more robust.
Right.
That's
Creative,
cool.
iRiver, Samsung, Sony, all making versions of this.
So I'm going to unplug it just so people can get a sense of the size of this thing. So this is how big it would be. You could actually put it in your pocket. It's a little big for your shirt pocket, but you could put it in your back pocket. You think it's pretty robust? You think it's going to?
I dropped it a couple of times already, and it still works.
Don't tell Microsoft that.
Too late.
The Creative, what do they call it? The Zen.
The Zen Portable Media Center.
But the Portable Media Center is what all these devices are going to be called from Microsoft.
Yes.
Wow,
so.
that's very cool.
But the Zen is a line of multimedia players that the Creative
They also
has.
do MP3s, yeah.
That's right.
So it's got a little
headphone
jack, so you can watch it on the plane.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. This is, I think, really the next big thing.
I think it is.
All right. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
For more info, visit our website, callforhelptv.com. But first, it's time to test your tech knowledge. Daily quiz time. Go to the website and tell us what typo squatting is. Typo squatting. Is it a spell checker, living rent-free, a misspelled web address, or a type of Greek folk dance? Typo. I think that's that flaming cheese thing I had in Greektown the other day. Isn't it typo squatting? Get to the website, give us the answer. We'll talk about it when Call for Help continues.
What do you mean it's not in the computer?
Oh, what do you mean? It's not in the computer. Welcome back to Call for Help. Leo Laporte here. The suspense is just too much to bear. Let's get another caller on the show. What do we have?
All right, we have Dan from Nelson, British Columbia, and he has a question about Airport Express.
Oh, I love talking about Airport Express. Hello, Dan. How are you?
Hi, Leo. I'm fine. Welcome to Canada.
Oh, it's great to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
No trouble.
What?
We're keeping our eyes on the southwest skies at the moment.
Oh, why is that?
Well, Mount St. Helens, I don't know if you heard, it's starting to blow a little. And we're about 400 miles away, so we're keeping an eye to the southwest.
Oh, well, I wish you all the best. If it blows, when it blew last time, did you get covered with ash?
No, I was in Vancouver last time, and it just missed us.
Oh, boy.
But apparently the ash is traveling to the northeast.
Yeah, so that really can leave a layer of dust on everything.
Yeah. I'm covering up the tomatoes.
Good, yeah. Nothing worse than volcanic tomatoes.
Yeah.
So what can I do for you? You wanted to know about this thing, huh?
Yeah, the Airport Express. Now I've got a home network.
Okay.
We've got quite a nice little home network set up in the office. And about 30 feet away is our home stereo.
Okay.
And now we don't have a wireless network as of yet.
Okay.
But I've seen a lot of ads about this Airport Express.
Yeah.
And you just plug it into the back of your stereo.
Yeah.
And it says it's supposed to hook up with an 802.11g.
Yeah. Do you have? Are you a Mac household?
No, PC.
Okay. There may be better choices for you if you're PC.
Okay.
Like the Slim P3. There are a number of devices. I take it what you want to do is get your music from your computer to your stereo.
That is correct.
Yeah. I would take a look at the Slim P3. I'll show you the Airport Express because, I love it, but it's really for more of a Mac person because most of the really good features involve iTunes, and you're not going to get the benefit of that. The Slim P3 player is very cool. The idea is you run some software on your PC, and you have this Slim P3 device connected up wirelessly to your hi-fi. Or actually, it's connected up to your computer wirelessly. It's wired to your hard Wi-Fi. And so this is the box, okay? They call it the squeeze box. And what it does is you can see it has a little antenna on it. So this is hooked up via cables to the back of your hi-fi. The antenna's there. They run the software on the PC side, and it sends the music wirelessly in through this antenna into here and plays it on your stereo. And it puts on the screen what's playing. Plus, there's a remote control you can use to control it, so you can choose a genre or a playlist and so forth. And then the Slim Server software runs. Now, it runs on Windows, Mac, and Linux. So it's by the way, it's free. It's actually great software, the Slim Server 5, just in general. But I think it's a very, very cool product for anybody who wants to do exactly what you're doing, which is move the music from your computer to your stereo over your Wi-Fi network. Do you have a Wi-Fi network already?
No, that's the thing. We've got a DI 604
okay.
D-Link.
Well, that's fine, but you're just basically you're going to be going going Wi-Fi, basically.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see here the jacks, the stereo jacks that go into the computer. It also has optical, which is really nice. If you have a stereo that has a high-quality optical connector, that means it'll be digital right up to the point you get out to the speakers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You see, what I'm doing now is I'm just burning onto the CD and then playing it on the MP3 player.
Right. Right. That's a reasonable way to do it.
Except it doesn't run AAC files, and I got a few of those now.
Oh, yeah.
So see, that's where the problem arises.
Now, let me just see, out of curiosity, I'm pretty sure this will run anything that your PC can play. It'll run. So
I've got everything on iTunes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see. Now, one thing I don't know is if the Airport Express works with iTunes on Windows. That's a very good question. This works with MP3s, WMA, which is nice. If you are buying stuff from Pure Tracks, you're going to like that.
Right, right.
It also uses AAC, Ogg Vorbis, which is the oddball kind of open source, FLAC, which is uncompressed, and then, of course, regular waves. Andy, you're playing with the computer over there. I see you typing something in. What you got going on?
Yeah, I've just checking out TurtleBeach.com. Turtle Beach makes this product called Audiotron, and I played with a previous generation. They have a new one out that actually streams internet radio to your computer, as well as music from your PC.
This is a very big category, and Apple isn't the first, although they have the slickest. I mean, this is very cool. You plug this into the wall, you see it has a audio jack here, just a regular stereo audio jack. I was actually going to set it up for you, but I don't think it's the kind that I don't think it's really what you want. But then what you do is you control it from iTunes. You could tell iTunes, when you're running iTunes, you say, okay, play through the Airport Express. So I'll have this next to the stereo, and then have the audio coming out of that, which is very cool.
Very cool indeed.
But I would take, for you, I would either take a look at this Turtle Beach device, or I personally like Slimpy3, which is slimdevices.com. I think that's kind of, they really kind of were the innovators in this market, so they deserve, I think, a little bit of credit for it. Hey, stay safe, Dan. Watch out for the volcano.
Okay, and thanks, by the way, for putting that song in my head the other day.
Which song was that?
That trio. Da 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 da. I've been singing that for the last 48 hours. Thanks, Leo.
I am so sorry. Now, you know what happened to me? I got Mikey here, and Amber have put Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy into my head. So
now you did that to me.
No.
He was a skater boy.
He was a skater boy. Yeah. Man, we both are music fans. Hey, thank you. Take care, Dan.
Okay, thank you, Leo.
He said, see you later, boy. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Hey, if you're looking to find sites matching your interests, Google may not be the answer. Fortunately, there's a tool out there that helps you find sites based on your personal profile. Better still, you can meet like-minded searchers and rate the sites that you visit along the way. Our own Amber MacArthur has today's free file of the day. He said, see you later, boy.
I can have that in my head all night, too. I know. It's
I think it's better than da-da-da-da.
It's a little better.
Yeah. They said if you hum... my baby takes the morning train. Who's that? Sheena Easton? If you hum that in your head, that gets rid of any song. It's such a bad song with no hook that then your mind goes blank.
You realize you've just ruined somebody's night.
My baby takes.
I know, that's all I can think. I can't even think of the free file.
That's all you need
now.
to know. Oh, no, let's do the free file. Let's do the free file.
All
So
right.
what is this called?
This is called StumbleUpon.
StumbleUpon?
Yeah, and actually...
It's fun to say.
Yeah, no, this was recommended by a viewer. Her name's Carol from Alberta.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah, thank you very much. And she sent it in to us, and I have to say that I've wasted hours and hours and hours with this tool.
This is as bad as Skater Boy. Oh, we got the wrong screen up. I don't know what that screen is. All right, let's press the button again here.
Yeah,
there we go.
All right.
Oh, look.
Okay, so this is not actually StumbleUpon. This is the menu bar right at the top.
Oh, it's a
tool. It's a little toolbar that gets added to your browser, and you can use it for PC, Macs, and Linux. So it's very, very, very cool, and I'll show you how it works.
Did you stumble upon Metapet?
Yes, I did. I stumbled upon Metapet, and that's why we're here. And the idea is that you go into your profile. We'll show you that first, actually.
Okay.
We'll update topics, and the topics I've chosen to just search cyberculture sites.
But you can choose a variety of
You can choose a variety. So the thing is, you don't know what you're going to get. So we'll move move quickly.
We don't know what cyberculture means. It could be tattooed skater boys. We don't. Wired news. That's a good one. So it's giving you stuff in that category.
In that category. And it only recommends sites that other people have rated as they like the site.
So do you then click I like it or not for me to give it some more information?
Yep, and you come across some really...
Oh, that's a good page. Go back there. That's the last page on the internet.
Yeah, the end.
You know when you've gotten there.
Congratulations, this is the last page.
It's the end.
You finished? You've done all of them now?
Yeah. It's the last page on the internet. Isn't that amazing?
The last page. You should see... I spent hours and hours stumbling. I have to...
You would have never gotten here.
I would never have gotten there. It's really cool. And this is just one category. There are dozens and dozens and dozens of categories.
You'd stumble upon the last page.
I know. So what I can do is
this is fun.
It's really fun, but it's a huge time waster.
Major time waster.
But it's super fun. You'll find sites that you've never.
Let's stumble some more.
Okay, so
we're going to vote we like that.
We like it, so we'll go into the database of sites that we've mentioned that we like.
Does it change what it gives you, or just helps other people?
It just helps other people, so it gets put into the database, and your name gets put into.
Right. What are these other?
Yeah, so we'll show you some of these other things. Actually, let's stumble again, just because it's so much fun.
So much fun. You can show the whole screen. I don't think we're going to do anything bad.
No, I don't think we will. I haven't actually.
Can you tell it not to show adult sites?
I'm not sure if you can do that yet, but honestly, I've stumbled for hours, and I haven't come across anything that wouldn't be appropriate for kids.
It says, attention all grown-ups.
Your inner child has long been waiting for a chance to usurp control of your body and force it to perform certain actions.
Oh, this is going to involve dancing, I can tell.
Ooh, I don't know. Let's skip that one. Anyway, it's very cool. And another neat feature is that you can go into it and you can write a comment. You can say, I love this site.
Oh, this is so fun.
And you can add the comment.
Oh, man. I wish that I could bring this on the airplane with me. This would be a great way to waste a flight.
It's a great way to waste some time. So you can add a comment and that will show up. And then you have your StumbleUpon history. So it shows all the sites you've been to.
That you've stumbled on.
Yeah, you can meet other people who have rated the sites and talk to them. You can find out who's looking at that site now, who was the first person to rate it, and all this great stuff. Literally, you can waste hours. I wasted hours and hours and hours and hours.
This is going to be the show they're going to call. This is the evil show where we teach you bad things.
Yeah. It's really fun though. Yeah, it can last forever. So
thank you, Amber.
Yeah.
StumbleUpon for more information. Callforhelptv.com.
Yeah.
And if you want to send Amber a tip like Carol did.
Yeah. Any more free files? It's Amber@callforhelptv.com.
Yes, indeed. Do you live for cruising down the boulevard in your sweet rod with the slamming system? You have any idea what I'm talking about? You're going to love checking out our car mods. It's our next guest when Call for Help continues. We're rolling out in the parking lot. Stay here.
Whoa.
Welcome back to Call for Help. We're still doing this StumbleUpon. We didn't stop.
Yeah.
Amber's found a great site, the Advertising Slogan Generator. We're generating slogans for Call for Help. So this is one. Get serious. Get Call for Help. Let's do another one.
Yeah, maybe we can try another
Do another one. It's generating slogans here as we
Very
speak.
Cool.
I like the one we did for spam. You make your spam minty, not medicine-y. I like that. Maybe we can come up with... Have you forgotten how good Call for Help tastes?
That's awesome.
Andrea, calling promotions.
I know. I'm going to keep doing this forever and ever.
We all love those auto shows. We're a team of grease monkeys. Maybe you don't. Do you like this kind of stuff?
You know what? I have been to some auto shows.
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
They take the junkers and they turn them into like these amazing cars. They're all tricked out. Well, today we've got our very own auto mod master. He actually works here, Matt Tangy, from Crystal Clear Audio to the latest in video accessories. He does it all. Let's get the latest. We're going to actually go outside.
Awesome.
You can stay here, but let's go outside because I want to show you how this works. Come on with me. We're going to go out into the parking lot because that's where Matt's got his car. Just follow along. Wow, we don't get outside much. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. Matt Tengway is an editor here at Rogers Omni, and he has taken his Honda and tricked it out. He shows it at car shows all over Canada. We thought we'd take a look. Hey, Matt, it's good to meet you.
Hey, Leo, nice to meet you.
This is nice. Now, tell me what you started with here.
We started with the suspension on the car.
Okay. This is a stock Honda?
It's a stock DXG.
Okay.
When I got in 2002.
What'd you do?
First mod we created on the car was basically a full suspension upgrade.
You lowered it, looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
The suspension, if you can actually look right through here, enables us to do a 0 to 6 inch drop on a race coilover setup. It's pretty crazy stuff.
That's amazing. You put the skirt on it. I love the wheels too. They're great.
Yeah, we got 17-inch rims with the Kumo 712 low-profile tires.
That's great.
Full replacement cosmetic body kit.
It looks beautiful. I love the racing stripes, but let's take a look at what you did inside too, because you've really tricked this guy out. Let's start off with the DVD system.
In here we have an Alpine DVD player. Single DIN with an Alpine 7-inch motorized screen. As you can see, it just pops right out of the dash.
GPS too?
GPS is an add-on that is available for the car. Haven't done that ad yet.
You're waiting for that, huh?
Yes.
Well, when we find out how much he spent, you might understand why. Looks like you've added some gauges, too, to the
Yes,
car.
we added a tachometer.
Yeah.
The DX series Honda Civics did not come with them. It's just not part of this.
So you got
package.
RPM.
Yes.
You also have a voltmeter here?
Yes, the voltmeter is to monitor all the electrical of the car.
Because you've got such a big stereo on this,
Yes,
that's probably
this
fairly
car
important.
does have quite the sound system in it.
Let's take a look at this trunk. Cause that's wait a minute. I just want to see this. Is this the ejector seat?
No, this is actually, Alpine has a safety feature in the screens. They don't want you watching TV as you drive.
Oh, so
we had to bypass it because I got kids that like to play video games.
He likes to watch TV while he drives. That's his bypass. Inside, this is where the sound system really takes off here. Now, I've seen these at trade shows before. I've never seen them in an actual car. Tell me what you've got here.
Well, right here we have two 12-inch audio pipe subs.
That's the subwoofer?
Yes, they're 1,600 watts peak each.
Can you get the car off the ground with the subwoofer?
No, not with these. Got 4 capacitors right here.
Now, why capacitors?
Well, every time the bass hits, the amplifier is drawing power from the main electrical system of the car.
It's got to come off the battery.
Yeah, so basically a capacitor stores power, and when it's needed, it feeds it to the amplifiers that you see here in the car.
So it's kind of emergency power for the big peaks, the big hits.
Yes,
yeah,
that's correct.
And this is the amp back here?
This is the 4-channel amp, which feeds all the mids and highs and the speakers here.
How much power per channel?
500 watts.
Oh, wow. Do you use all 500?
No. Back here, there are 2 Class D amplifiers, 1 amp per sub.
Okay.
Those are 2,400 watts peak.
You need those because these take so much power.
These draw a lot of power.
Sure. That makes. Now, how come you mount them down into the body of the car?
Just to give it a very distinct look.
The car actually also probably adds a little bit to the resonance of it.
Well, it's all fiberglass and covered in vinyl and MDF.
And what is this here?
That is an Alpine 6-disc MP3 changer.
Uh-huh.
The DVD player in the dash will not play a burnt disc for me.
So you could play how many? 6 burnt discs, 200 songs each, 1,200 songs? That's enough to get you cross country?
Oh, yes.
And back?
Definitely.
That's pretty awesome. Let's leave that open because a little later I want to hear it. And then let's take a look at the what's under the hood, too, the engine.
I'll show you that.
You've done some stuff to the engine?
Yes. We've done a lot of cosmetic upgrades to the motor.
Oh, it's pretty, for one thing. You've got the red trim.
Yes,
I like that.
the red and blue accents.
The blue conduit. Mm-hmm. This is a different battery, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an optimal yellow top.
What's the difference?
It's a deep cycle. It's a dry cell. There's no acid in it.
And you need the deep cycle for the sound system?
Yes. Any person who does a major sound system upgrade, you have to go with one of these.
You couldn't use a regular lead acid?
No.
It would just kill your battery.
It would just die within minutes.
Yeah. And what's this thing here?
This is a jack. At indoor car shows, we're not permitted to turn the cars on to run our systems, but being judged, they like to hear it.
Right.
We plug a cable into here, feeds down, and we actually plug it right into the wall.
Now, this is a pretty big wire coming off the battery.
Yes, that's a zero-gauge primary wire.
How come?
With the amount of amplifiers in the trunk, we need to supply as much power as possible.
So zero gauge means really thick, very little resistance.
Exactly.
The wire doesn't get in the way.
That's right.
Yeah, that's great.
It's a little difficult to run in the car under carpets and stuff, but you got to do it.
I love it. Can we hear it? In action?
Oh yes, of course, definitely.
Let's play that stereo. Something with a lot of bass. Maybe come back here, Bill, so we can really get the the sound of this sucker when it's fired up. All right. We got a ride, baby. Matt Tegway from Omni Rogers, thank you so much. If you want to know more about Matt's tricked out Honda DX, callforhelptv.com is the website. We'll be right back with more Call for Help in just a bit. Welcome back to Call for Help. I'm Leo Laporte, and Amber has another call, and you're still, I could tell, she's still doing the StumbleUpon.
I'm still doing the StumbleUpon.
Are you on the slogan generator still?
I'm on the slogan generator, and I've gotten a few funny Call for Help slogans. This is the best. Don't be an Amber, call for help.
How did you, wait a minute, did you tell it your name?
No, I didn't tell it my name. I don't know how it happened.
How does it know?
I don't know.
Don't be an Amber. Do be an Amber.
I don't know. I know. It's very funny. Anyway.
Are Ambers famous for not calling for help?
I don't know what it is. I'm kind of spooked by the whole thing. I think I better stop stumbling.
Oh, we got another phone call.
All right. So now we have Fred from Kamalaki, Ontario on the line.
All right. Hello, Fred. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Leo. I just wanted to say welcome to Canada.
Well, it's great to be here.
I'm so pleased to have Call for Help available to us now.
Good. Well, we love doing it.
Missing you there.
Yeah.
Needed a Leo fix.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, I was missing me too.
Yes.
I don't know what to
Leo,
do with myself. Yes.
My question is, with regards to the Service Pack 2.
Yes.
I have found I had some information and found that some people that are downloading the Service Pack 2 are missing their NEF files off their Nikon cameras.
You're using a Nikon and shooting RAW.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you don't get thumbnails anymore.
Well, I haven't downloaded it because I'm afraid if I do, I may lose all my thumbnails.
This is one of the, there are, we're hearing lots of problems with Service Pack 2. There's a whole class of them that are mystery problems. I think because spyware or the system is just weird, but most of the time I think it's because of spyware. On a clean install, Service Pack 2 seems to work fine. It's as you use the system. But this is one of those problems that's not a mystery problem. This is one of those well-known documented issues, and it has to do with the way Microsoft displays thumbnails. Before Service Pack 2, they used a thumbnail extractor, and as soon as the file was identified as a graphics file, it would then put a thumbnail on the desktop. But in Service Pack 2, they changed which files are graphics files, and they left NEF files off.
Why?
Why? Because they forgot it. They have JPEGs, they got TIFFs, they got bitmaps. A NEF file is a valid TIFF file, but it's got a different file extension, Fred. So it can read it even. But because the extension is unknown, it doesn't know, and so it doesn't show the thumbnail. There is a very easy fix. It's a registry fix. Now, I have the keys here, but I'm telling you, I'm going to make it much easier for you. This is ridiculous. This is from I got this from Microsoft. This is all the stuff that you do. But I also got this from Microsoft. If you go to ivory.org, I guess this guy's a photographer probably, but he has taken these registry modifications and put them all into a single file that you just double click and it installs it.
Oh, okay.
Sean Ivory, I guess. And so it makes it very easy. So what you'll do is after you install Service Pack 2, you'll download this tiny little text file. I mean, it's not a big file. In fact, if I open a Notepad, let me open Notepad up and I'll show you. It basically it has within it all of the registry changes you're going to make. So just copy it in here. And it just tells the registry editor, just change this key right here. Boom. So all you have to do, by the way, this is another shell extension. We've been doing a lot of shell extensions lately. So all you have to do to make that mod is double-click this file. Actually, I guess I'll have to get the registry editor and import it. That's probably the other one. It won't double-click. Maybe another Service Pack 2 feature. But I can import this file from the desktop, and that's going to make the change to my registry. Boom, that's it. And now the NEF files will have thumbnails.
Okay, are you going to put that in the show notes?
I am. We're going to put a link to it's ivory.org is his site.
Ivory.org?
Ivory.org is his site. He's a photographer and a programmer, obviously, and that's all you have to, but we'll put it in the show notes so you can find it. But yeah, so what I'm saying, Fred, is you can continue to use your NEF files, you continue to get thumbnails, and install Service Pack 2. It's a very important installation because of security.
Does that affect the Photoshop thumbnails too?
You know, nobody said anything about them. I think Microsoft probably can make sure that those worked.
Well, I contacted Nikon Canada.
Yeah.
And they haven't gotten back to me.
Well, they should know about it.
They were going to get in touch with Microsoft, and that's where it's...
Isn't this funny that they must know about this? But anyway, there's the answer. It's the Nikon RAW files, and that's all it is. It's a very simple simple registry change.
Okay. Can I ask you one other question, Leo?
Fred, I would be honored.
Well, the question is, Leo, since you have a D70...
Yes.
And I have one similar...
Yeah.
Would sometime in the future on your show, would you see if you could show how to clean the CCD?
Oh, okay, I will, but I'm going to bring an expert in for that. We'll get Alex Lindsay to come in and do that for us. Yes, absolutely.
Nikon won't show me.
It's very tricky. You know, you've got to be careful.
You can't mess with it.
You don't want to mess with it. You got to be careful. You know, it's an interchangeable SLR camera, so as soon as you take off the lens, that CCD and mirror can be exposed, and you really got to be careful.
Yes, I've already experienced that.
Did you mess it up, Fred?
Well, I had a little piece of dust on it, so I took it into Nikon, and they
let them do it.
They took it off for me.
I imagine they use compressed air, but you know what? Let's get Alex Lindsay and he'll tell us.
I would like to see that.
He's a D70 owner too. All us Nikon digital camera owners got to stick together.
Yes, we do. Nikonians.
I'll call myself a Nikon. I love that camera. I have never loved a camera so much. It is so great. I take it with me everywhere.
It's a good camera.
Well, Fred, I appreciate your time and thank you for your kind words.
Thank you very much, and thanks again for coming back to us.
You got it. My pleasure. Take care, Fred.
Bye.
Bye-bye. One more chance to take our tech quiz. Today's question of the day, my friends. What the heck is this thing called typo squatting? Spell checker? Rent-free? Misspelled web address? And maybe it's a Greek folk dance. I don't know. Go to the website, give us the answer. We'll talk about it when Call for Help continues. What is typo squatting? That's our question of the day. And, of course, the answer is, I don't know, a misspelled website? That's what I'd guess. Yes! It's, of course, when somebody takes advantage of your misspelling and puts a website, like if you spell Google with one O, Google, don't, because you'll go to a site you wish you had never seen. It's a way of kind of hijacking people who just misspell sites by accident. Hey, we got another slogan from our slogan generator.
Slogan generator. Marvin the Mountie always gets his call for help.
This is the greatest thing.
I'm so distracted
Forget the show. Let's just do StumbleUpon.
Yeah, I know. It's really fun.
Well, there's an example of a website. This is a website that doesn't really have a lot of great content, but if yours has a lot of great content, and you're just not getting people coming back, well, it might be time to start a little something different.
Yeah, an email newsletter.
An email newsletter.
Which are so popular right now.
A way to generate some traffic.
Yeah.
Amber's going to show us how.
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about, actually there's two parts. One is talking about how to get it started and get people to subscribe and send it out. And the second part is about the content of the newsletter. Because obviously that's really important. And so many people are getting newsletters nowadays.
It shouldn't just be an ad.
It should not be an ad for sure. It should have content, it should have links, but not too much. So there's definitely a balance you need to find.
Oh, well, show us what to do.
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is actually how to, I found this great site actually that talks about starting an e-newsletter. And there's a few different ways to start. You can work with a third-party service.
That's what I do. I use Yahoo Groups.
Oh, Yahoo Groups, which is free.
It's free.
It's free.
They put an ad in it.
They put an ad in it, which is great. And then if you want to, if it's a small business or even a medium-sized business and you have some money and you want something a little more robust, I've actually in the past used Sparklist, which is a part of Lyris.
Great.
I love Sparklist. Yeah, when I started doing newsletters when I was working in San Francisco for a software company, we started with Sparklist. It's really easy to manage, and you're able to send it. It's about, I think, $80 a month to use their services, and you can send it to up to 25,000 people.
So the more people you have, the more you're going to end up paying in the long run.
In the long run, it usually goes up. Usually there's levels.
Yeah.
So
we had that problem with Call for Help. We got over 200,000 subscribers, and suddenly we were paying thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah.
So success can be a bad thing.
Yeah, it definitely can be a bad thing. Another way is if you're working with a web host, if you have your own website, often they'll supply mailing list services for free. So you can check with them. For example, I use Blue Genesis. I'm not sure if there's any kind of mailing list, but I may check in to find out. So that's another way to do it.
A lot of hosts do that. My host offers that. Yeah.
And it's free, and usually there aren't ads in that way. So that's actually a good option as well. A third idea is if you have a really small community, maybe it's 50, 60 people, you can do it within your email program and actually just send it out. It's not as robust, and you don't have as much control over what time it goes out, but just send out a simple email.
Perfect for PTA announcements or college reunion, that kind of thing.
Something really simple. And so the idea, now we're going to move on to the content. So the idea is that once you get your subscriber base growing and growing and growing, you're able to push content out to them instead of waiting for them to come to your site and get the content. And I've actually in my work run into this a lot, is we build these wonderful sites and they have all this great content.
No one come to us.
No one comes. So it's when, we're going to talk a little bit now about how to have really good content and make your newsletter stand out, which is very important. And there's a few things that you can do. One is obviously when you send your newsletter out, have a really catchy subject line. A lot of people tend to do volume 1,
That's no good.
Yeah, don't do that. Do something really fun and catchy.
Remember, you're fighting spam.
You're fighting spam.
People's mailboxes are full of junk, and they're going to assume you're spam unless you give them a good reason to read that
Give them a good reason to come in and actually read the newsletter. So that's one thing you do. The second thing is the content within the newsletter. I'm actually going to show, I get the Mac Home newsletter. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
No, I'm not.
Mac Home is a magazine for Mac users, and it's for home ideas, and they have all these great tips in their newsletter. And as you can see here, They basically just news bits, tip of the week, shortcuts, those types of things.
Now, this raises an interesting question. This one is plain text, which I like.
Yeah.
But it's not as sexy as having a HTML with graphics and all that stuff. What do you recommend
Well,
there?
it's funny because in the past, I've actually offered people in newsletter management both ways to sign up. So you can send out an HTML version, do an HTML version, and then do a text version.
Easy to do a text version if you're already doing the other.
Exactly. And, you know, text is great, I think, though. It's, you know, I think it's accepted now a lot more than it used to be. There was first it was text, and then it was really fancy newsletters, and now people are going back to text. Like Matt Cohn.
I want a small newsletter. I want the content. I don't want a lot of bells and whistles, and I don't want the spyware or whatever else.
Exactly. You don't want a lot of images and everything, you know. But
so do they offer an HTML version or only the text version?
No, Matt Cohn doesn't. They just offer the text version. I agree. I think it's great. I think for most people, the text version will work well. If you're someone like maybe an Amazon or a shopping site, a lot of my friends subscribe to the J. Crew newsletter, and they want pictures of the latest styles of clothing and stuff like that. So that will work.
Another way around that is to say you can read the text version of our newsletter, or if you want to see the web-based version, go to our website. We have an HTML
Exactly.
version.
Provide a link to the website.
That way they don't have to download it to their mailbox.
Exactly. So obviously keep the content really short. Don't have too much content. I know with Mac Home this is actually quite a long newsletter, but that's okay because I subscribe. I'm really interested in this type of information.
If it's something you want to know,
it's something you want to know. But
I read Tidbits, which is a great Mac newsletter. Same thing. It's long, but there's a lot of good stuff.
There's lots of good stuff. So you can have it long as the language is really simple and there's links to different areas of your website or different features or products.
Yeah, if I want more, I want somewhere to look it up.
And if you're a small business, this is a really good way to promote your business and have new product releases.
How do you encode the links in a newsletter? Does it just put the HTTP in there, or do you bracket it, or what do you do?
Well, I guess it depends because if your email program is able to read HTML email, the links will come up. Yeah. So see what they do here in the text version is they actually write out the whole link so that if I wasn't able to read HTML and click on it in my email program, then I can copy
it. A little bit, Zdenko, you'll see it's right there. Yeah, there it is.
I would be able to just copy and paste this into a browser.
Yeah.
So this is a safe. I think the text version for a beginner is really a safe way to send a newsletter. Put the full links in there. Keep it short. Keep it simple. And then the last thing I'll say about newsletters is always offer your readers the option to unsubscribe.
Yes.
That's the key.
Never force them to get it.
Never force them to stay there forever so that then when they're finished with that content, they can unsubscribe.
Traditionally, you put that at the bottom of the newsletter.
Yeah, it's usually at the bottom.
If you want to unsubscribe, click here.
Yeah, that's really, really, really important.
I agree.
Yeah.
Great advice. Yeah. All of that's on the website, callforhelptv.com. Yep. Email Amber at callforhelptv.com if there's more you'd like to know about getting your website up and running. One more chance to get on the show. We'll tell you how right after this. I know throughout the show I'm sending you to the website, callforhelptv.com. I want to encourage you, though, when you're there to sign up for our contests. We have lots of cool prizes there and other things like a newsletter someday. We're going to figure out how to get that done. It's a staff issue. We have so many people who work so hard on this show. Andy has a few pictures on his portable media center. Who is that? Rima and
that's me and me too.
You and you too? That's confusing. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there we go. Meech is one of our associate producers or production assistants. I don't know what they call him here. Here's another one. Oh, that's Rima. And who's that with Rima?
Laura.
Oh, these are the people, look at the bottom of the screen, who make this show possible. We thank you so much for joining us. Of course, your name should be there and would be if we knew it. So why don't you send us an email? Leo at callforhelptv.com, Amber at callforhelptv.com, Andy at callforhelptv.com. You have a great day. Remember, if you've got a problem with your personal confuser, don't whine, don't moan, don't yell. Say it with me. Call for help. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
West and Weewex.